I am here with Michelle Gendron. Hi, Michelle. How are you today?
Hi, Deena. Thanks for having me. You definitely know how to get me out of my comfort zone. So,
Awesome. That's awesome. That's the whole idea.
yeah.
Yeah, well, you have some great things that you can share with people, especially people that have some limiting beliefs. So I'm really excited to share today your story and what you and Tom are able to accomplish right now. So you met us, or I met you for the first time, and I think Jennifer did as well at the Tennessee investor trip.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep,
that was a really fun time, and it was great to meet you guys there.
that was awesome. It was fun, especially the car trunk.
Oh my gosh.
That was pretty funny. I don't know if I should say that. I mean,
I don't know how deep into the story should we go. I don't know.
right. But that was a lot of fun. Tom is a hoot, that's for sure. You both are. So since that trip, less than 2 years later, or just about, yeah, less than 2 years later, you guys have 17 units and of course an additional family member. So 4 children, 17 units. Tom's a busy firefighter and you guys are just cranking it.
We're trying to keep up with you guys.
Well, that's the fun thing, right?
I know. Yeah.
Is having other people.
Yeah, that makes it so much fun. So
Right. We do love it. And I think that the biggest benefit for anybody to become a part of our inner circle membership is having other people that are doing the same thing that they can walk alongside of, as well as having other people that have already done some of the things.
Yeah, and having the like-minded people around you has been huge for us.
Good.
Yeah.
So one of the very fascinating things about what you guys do is you guys, for one, you live in an expensive market, California, and you guys house hack. But you don't just, I don't really think it's just house hacking. I mean, it's quite extraordinary with a tri-plex. And tell us about that.
Okay. So yes, like you were saying, our investing journey started in 2019, and we started off with a couple of single families out of state, and one of them was a burr. So I feel like we kind of made our way up. We were trying different strategies and things, and understanding how they all worked. And then finally, 2020 came around, and we were thinking, we should try house hacking. That would put us light years ahead in our investing journey. And I really want to touch on benefits and things, but I'll go through the story first and then get to that. So yeah, we decided, you know what, if we're together as a family and we're happy and healthy, we could be anywhere and that could be our home. So
awesome.
Yeah, so we decided to start looking right about the time COVID first began, and that was crazy in itself. But we wanted a place that was family friendly, so we picked the best neighborhood in Sacramento, and it's on the end of a street, dead end.
Nice.
And a really great backyard with redwood trees. We tried to look at all the details with our kids in mind, because we want them to be thriving here as well. And so we found this triplex and went and took a look at it. We could see that our family would fit here perfectly, not to mention that the numbers worked great as well. So we got into it, and we're virtually living mortgage free. We're paying $351 a month. In California, we call that, we're considering that a win.
That's a big win.
Yeah.
And living where you were, a place that you really enjoy.
Yeah, that's true. So we sold our forever house that we had purchased in 2014. It was, a 2,000 square foot pool in the back, private yard, bike trails. Like, it was the place that we saw ourselves staying for years and years and raising our kids. And
so you're doing the sacrificing now for the bigger picture. And
Yeah.
because your children are little, right?
Yeah, we have a
Under 6, all under 6?
yeah,
Wow.
6-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old,
Wow.
and a 5-month-old. So I was pregnant when we decided to do this move as well. So really, if we can do it, anybody can do this.
I mean, really, with the children and all little,
Yeah,
that's a huge task for sure.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
know Tom's got to work, being a firefighter, he's got to work some crazy long hours.
Yeah, he's gone for 2 days minimum at a time straight.
Wow.
A lot of times it's more like 3 or 4 days straight. So
Yeah,
yeah, we're definitely we've got that delayed gratification mindset.
that's awesome. And how is that mindset imperative to your goals, do you think?
Oh man, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, the days can be long, and
Mm,
if your mind isn't in the right place, if you don't have that positive thinking, I couldn't imagine doing this. But
sure.
both Tom and I are completely on the same page, and so yeah, we basically say like our focus is a short-term sacrifices to gain the long-term success.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome. And the positive mindset is so big because we can always find reasons not to do things,
yeah.
right? But we have to make the choice to focus on our why and the reasons to keep going every day toward our goals.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, Robert Kiyosaki has this great quote that I like. He says, if you want to be financially free, you need to become a different person than you are today and let go of whatever has held you back in the past. So we literally took this literally.
Right? He left the beautiful in the past and working through the messy stuff to get to the wonderful stuff.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. And I think that another thing that has always gotten me through is realizing that, like, people always say, well, you can't predict the future. Yes, we can. We can by our actions today.
Yeah,
We are designing our future by what we're doing today, which is
right.
exactly what you and Tom together have decided you're going to do,
Yeah,
regardless of the sacrifice.
yeah. And to that point, we didn't know exactly what this was going to look like.
Mm,
We knew what we wanted to do, but like the details, we there's no way we could have envisioned that it would have turned out like it did. And so we just took the leap. And because we did that, we had a really good friend join our journey. So she happens to be living in the home above us, in
great.
our duplex. And I'm actually in her house right now. My house
Nice.
does not look like this. At her place.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, so she's been amazing. We didn't know she was going to join our journey, but because of that, it's been a lot of fun. We got to do the COVID lockdown with her, and and then
That's great.
even the studio in the third unit that we have. We met another really great person who's now become our friend, and that was actually something that I really wanted to talk about, was the benefits of house hacking. This,
Yeah. Let's talk about because this is a triplex.
yeah.
Well, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Tell us all about it. Okay.
Well, I've heard people say that, oh, I can't house hack with kids because I don't want my kids around. It's hard to know, if my kids are going to be around people that I don't know. But the really cool thing is if you flip that on its head and think like, okay, well, if you're in a neighborhood with other houses, your kids are going to be around those neighbors. But with the house hack, you get to choose your tenants. You get to screen your neighbors. And when I had the light bulb moment come on, I was like, oh my gosh, it's brilliant, right? Like
Right. And you get to do a background check on them, where
exactly.
you don't with your neighbors that live on the same block as you.
Precisely. So I was like, oh, that's a benefit that I haven't heard many talk about.
Right.
Yeah. And then another hidden benefit that we found since moving was just that so I mentioned we were at a 2,000 square foot home, and now we're in 900 square feet.
Wow.
So we really embraced like the minimalism lifestyle. And
Yeah.
It's just amazing to see, oh, we don't need that anymore. We haven't used this in years. Like, let's sell it. Let's just completely downsize. And that in itself has been life changing.
Right.
that's a great
Yeah.
benefit.
I think that is another huge thing for achieving financial success is being able to live under your means,
Yes.
so that you can enjoy that greater
Yeah.
lifestyle later. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was
So,
another benefit. Sorry, I feel like there's so many benefits to
right. No, go on.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Two more points real fast.
Yeah.
So living here has been a huge reminder because we wake up every day and we're like, hey, we're gonna do this. Like we're gonna live this out every single day, and waking up to it is a good way to remember that.
Right.
Yeah. And the final thing is just that we've taken our kids along, so it's been a really easy way to show them what investing is. And we're also doing some value add to the house. So Tom's been diligently working on the exterior of the house, and the kids get to see that as well. And I think that it's really opened their eyes to understanding investing even just a little bit more. So
Sure. And it teaches them delayed gratification too.
yeah,
I mean, I see your Instagram posts and it seems like you guys are constantly working on the place and the kids are out there right
yeah,
alongside. So that's great. It's all good, valuable lessons for the children to
for
learn and
sure.
grow up with. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's next for you guys? You guys just also purchased an 8 unit, is that right?
Yeah, we're gonna be closing on it next week. Fingers
Nice.
crossed. Yeah,
Yes.
but it's looking really good. So
Great.
that's exciting.
So what do you think that doing this house hack is allowing you guys to do in the future? When you look ahead, what does that mean for like Tom's schedule or your ability as a family?
Yeah, well, we're really doing this for our kids. And Dean, I know that you preach that you need to know your why, and I think
Yeah,
that that's huge. I have our why written out, and I read it almost every day, if not every day.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're doing this for our family, and we can't wait to be able to just show them the world. We have visions of just going to as many countries as we can, and once the world opens up completely, that'll be even easier to do. But
Right?
once we become financially free as well, so we don't want the burden of finances, or we just want to have the time to do the things that we want to do and spend the time with the people we want to spend the time with. So it is imperative. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, spending time with family it's hard. Even if you're working, you have two parents working a full-time job, your
Yeah.
time with your children is limited. You pick them up, you feed them, you bathe them, you do school with them. I know you're doing schooling with your 6-year-old now, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's tough to really have the time that we want with our family.
So
So,
wonderful.
yeah,
And life is so short. And if you really think about, okay, if life is that short, how do I want to spend it? And then figure that out, and then figure out the little steps that'll get you to that point.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And keeping the big why in front of you. Like
Yep.
you said, you see it every day. You come out of the triplex and you're with your
Yep.
kids and you and Tom are working on it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And yes, yeah. Focusing on it helps us take those little steps, and joining community people that are doing things that we are helps us with our energy, because we can't sustain 100% high energy all the time.
Yeah.
So I know it's a benefit to anybody to have other people alongside of them for
Yes.
the energy level as well and the support.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure.
So we have always enjoyed yours and Tom's contribution in the community and sharing, and I'm so glad that you are willing to share about this with us. Anything else you'd like to share?
I don't think so, other than just get out there. You got this.
Yeah, awesome. And
Yeah.
and so the triplex, what's the deadline on what's the goal on the triplex to be finished? And
The goal with the triplex is that there's a duplex in the front, and we're working on the whole exterior. There was some dry rot. I don't think it had been painted in like 50 years. So
wow.
it's a lot of work. And then in the back, there's a studio above an older garage, like you pull the doors open and closed. So
Mhm.
planning on downsizing even more, getting our stuff out of the garage and turning that into a couple of bedrooms.
Nice.
Yeah. And then after all that's done, we plan on refinancing out. And we've just been having such a great time here, and our family's doing great. So we don't have a timeline for moving.
Right. That's
You know,
awesome.
yeah, it's a good
So
hub to even be here when we're traveling the world. I mean,
right.
we have a small hub to come back to, and just,
That's awesome. And so when you refinance out of that, will you turn around and leverage that money on another investment property?
you know it.
Very good. Very good. Awesome. Well, Michelle, I, as always, enjoyed talking with you, and I know that people are going to find this inspirational. Any last thing that you'd like to say for somebody with a family that really does have, understandably, some limiting beliefs or some fears around how can I house hack or how can I do this and not invade my family's privacy?
I mean, just think about the benefits that I went over earlier. And I'm around on Instagram or email. Feel free to reach out, and maybe I can ease somebody's mind.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Michelle.
Yeah.
And I know we'll be seeing you soon, possibly.
Sounds good.
Yes. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.